Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Ultimate Freedom Guide channel, where we unlock multiple levels of freedom, financial, emotional, and creative by exploring the tools and strategies that will help you thrive in a changing world. Today, I'm going to be going over the ebook that is presented by Hedera Hashgraph. You can go check this out. It's on their site, and you can download the ebook. I'm going to be going over just the real estate part of it, right? Like I said, I am a loan officer and a realtor here in the South Florida area. So make sure if you're looking for a home, come talk to me here in the South Florida area. And so I think it's imperative, like I've been telling realtors, loan officers, like there is going to be a shift in how we conduct business here around the world, in every industry. Every industry is going to change just based on the blockchain technology. And the reason why it's important, the reason why I've been talking about tokenization of real estate assets is because we're going to eventually come to a point where, real estate is considered illiquid. When it becomes tokenized, it is going to be liquid. It just is going to be able to be transacted just like you buy stocks and sell stocks into the stock market. That's how easy it will be to purchase and sell real estate across the globe. And it's imperative that you begin researching which platforms are going to do it, which platforms are going to be successful, better at it, more efficient. And it's great if you are in the real estate industry, a real estate professional, that you begin to climb that learning curve, get that knowledge so you could be at the forefront of branding yourself as a person that can assist people in buying, selling real estate assets that have been tokenized. Okay. So I'm going to go over this ebook real quick. I'm going to go over the tokenization part of real estate. I forgot which page is on. It's a good read, very simple, but like I said, we need to talk about it. Guys, let me know what you think in the comments about real estate. And you're going to see that tokenizing real estate is going to be a beneficial thing for everyone across the globe. I said in my last video, just imagine you'll be able to participate in investing in a bridge being built in South Africa, or imagine you being able to invest in a theme park in Frankfurt, Germany, right? From America, that you would never have access to. This is what tokenization is going to do. It's going to allow accessibility for investing across the globe for everyone. So now it's going to be equal footing, so to speak, for people to be able to purchase real world assets, like I said, across the globe. So let's get into it. I don't want to keep you too long. I want you guys to make sure you go to the site. I'll make sure I put the website, Hedera's website, where you can get this ebook, and it goes over a lot of different things. I'm going to go over the real estate aspect. Matter of fact, let's just go to the top so you can just see real quick what this ebook is going to break down. Exploring the emerging token economy, unlocking the potential of tokenized real world assets. Because remember, guys, like I said before, everything is going to be tokenized, everything. And those who are, there are people right now at home that is watching this video. And guys, make sure you like, share, subscribe. If this video is going to be helpful for you. There are people that's watching this video that you're going to get ideas. You're going to create ideas based off of technology that currently does not exist right now. And that's why it's important that you begin to learn, because as you begin to learn this stuff, you're going to begin to have a vision for the future, and you're going to be able to create the things that you envision that's going to help society. So make sure you learn it. It's important. All right. So it's going to talk about a high level statement. It's going over like the basics of blockchain and stuff like that. Current state of asset tokenization, traditional finance. Now it's telling you on chapter 3, it's telling you the pros and cons of traditional finance and why blockchain is going to be more helpful, because there is no intermediary between you buying something, having to go through a bank, and then getting to the asset, and then it has to settle for a certain amount of days. That takes time, right? And I'm going to break that down even further, especially when people are day trading, why you can't, if you have less than some accounts, you have less than 20,000, why you can't do more than 3-day trades because of those accounts that have to settle, so on and so forth. It's a little more than that, but that's the basics. Traditional finance case study, the carbon market. So it's telling you how much environmental impact that this technology has and why it will be better in the long run because it's going to be more efficient. More efficient means less energy being burned. Less energy being burned means that you're having a less carbon footprint. Digital currencies, cross-border payments, digital currencies, cross-border payments case study, and real estate case study, commodities case study, benefits of tokenization on Hedera. All right, so we're going to go back to real estate. All right, so this is a great breakdown of what I was saying. So just look at, based off of the pictures, you're going to see this is traditional model of purchasing a home. You have a home 100% and it's funded by a bank of some sort, right? Somebody's going to give you the loan and you have to go to some type of traditional financing, getting pre-approval, so on and so forth, seeing what loan products are available to you. And one bank is going to lend you the money. All right. Now we're going to look at the fractionalized model. All right. So let's go ahead and read it. Real estate is one example of traditional illiquid asset, the market of which is set to be greatly disrupted with the introduction of tokenization. While the market for commercial and residential real estate turns over trillions of dollars every year, regardless of macroeconomics conditions, the relatively high capital requirements for those looking to purchase and or invest in such assets makes the market largely prohibitive to the majority of prospective participants. Check this out. Again, most people know there are people right now that's been trying to buy a house for the last 5-10 years. You know, you got your credit, you got to get your down payment, all that stuff. Sometimes that keeps people from purchasing a home, right? It makes buying a house, it makes investing that much harder for the everyday person. Okay. This affects not only buyers, but sellers as well, where the lack of adequate liquidity restricts both the number of people available to purchase and consequently reduces the collective capital available to potentially be used for buying or investment of any given property. So it takes time to buy a house, right? It takes days, weeks to purchase a home, right? It takes weeks to sell a home, right? So that's why it isn't as liquid as other assets. Why? Because if I want to I have a house, I have, let's say, $300,000. I want to quickly sell that to maybe, I don't know, invest in a property, pay off some debt, whatever it is. It's going to take you a certain amount of weeks to get that done. Through tokenization, the traditional illiquid nature of real estate can now be challenged to bring improved liquidity, effective price discovery, and increased accessibility to the market, a key functionality enabled by tokenization and fractionalization. This relatively new concept of fractional ownership enabled through tokenization brings unprecedented benefits to an increasingly inaccessible real estate market, reducing the capital intensive barriers to entry for buyers and increasing the number of potential buyers for sellers. So now, with opening up the gateway of tokenization, which allows people, look at this, look at the chart, which allows people, let's make this bigger, which allows people to simply do this. Somebody can come in and put 400,000 on this house, right? Another person come in 250, 100K, right? You can even break this tokenization could even be smaller. Right? I was telling a friend earlier what I envision how refinances would take place, where a person doesn't simply have to go to a bank to refinance. Maybe the rates are not favorable to refinance via the traditional way. Maybe in the future, that person can now tokenize their house, right? And say, hey, this is the type of interest I'm looking for. I want to buy out my old loan, right? And I want to go into a new loan, but I want this interest rate. And they tokenize it. Who are the takers? And people begin to purchase that token. And now they can probably slip into a lower interest rate, going outside of the traditional model of refinancing. That was just something I was thinking about. Y'all let me know if that makes sense. I broke it down even further when I was talking to him, but that's just in a nutshell. Maybe I'll break it down again later on. But that's what I'm saying. A person may be able to set their own terms on how their refinancing will be outside of the traditional model, right? Let me see if I can go to the next one. For example, imagine a scenario where the property on the market for $100,000, the seller is looking for someone who with either $100,000 to spend or enough capital to secure a mortgage through which he will then be in debt and required to make payments towards. Both options are restrictive in their own ways. The former requires capital that a vast majority will not have or be willing to spend, and the latter involves taking a long-term debt in addition to any down payment, which in itself may be unfeasible. The inherently high capital requirements of the real estate market means that the sellers are unable to tap into the true potential of the collective market, and potential investors or buyers are restricted from participating due to the lack of sufficient capital. Now, when you tokenize these things, you can tokenize your real world asset, your property, into $10 token, $5 tokens, which now will allow a lot more people to engage in that investment opportunity, right? Now, let's introduce tokenization in the equation. The seller tokenizes the property, enables fractional ownerships, and lists in on the open market, whereas before the pool of prospective investors was made up of those able to pay 100,000 through tokenization. That pool now includes those willing to pay just 50,000 for a 50% share of the property. Those willing to pay 10,000 for a 10% share of the property. Those willing to pay $1,000 for 1% share of the property, and so on. Sellers can market their property to a wider base of potential buyers, and buyers are no longer restricted due to a lack of capital. In this way, a traditional and relatively illiquid real estate asset becomes highly liquid with minimal friction in buying and selling. It's going to change the game. It's going to change the game. And I am doing my very best. I'm going to tell you what I'm going to be doing within the next 3 months or so, because I got to do my loan officer renewal. Then I got to do the renewal for my real estate license. So I'm not going to be able to study like I want to. And the thing I'm going to do next, which is get crypto certified, become a crypto certified real estate professional. That way I will be able to list houses through the blockchain, and I'll also be able to have title through the blockchain. So I'm going to put that on there later. It's like, I think like $400 or something like that. So that's what I'm going to be doing once I finish my renewal, my loan officer, my real estate license. Because like I said, this is going to be huge, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be huge. So make sure, this is, again, I know it's cliche, but it's not financial advice, but I'm heavy in HBAR right now, just based on a lot of things that they're doing, the Hashgraph. And you guys, again, make sure you go download this ebook, because there's a lot of information in here. It breaks down a lot of information. Like I said, this gives people, one thing that I like about crypto and the blockchain, it gives people a greater understanding on how finances work, how money is transferred from one place to another place. And so now the more information you know about financing, you'll be able to now put the power of moving your money around in your own hands. And you don't have to be dependent on all these different people that say they know more than you, and they're acting funny with your money. All right. So I definitely like to put the power of moving my own money around rather than being dependent on someone that is hopefully smarter than you in that area. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying it just behooves you to understand what's going on the back end. It just makes you a better investor, makes you a wiser investor. So anyway, I don't want to keep you guys too long. That's what I want to talk about today. Make sure you go download that ebook. I'm going to put it in the description, like I said before. If you like the video, if you like what I'm talking about, if you like where I'm going with this, make sure you like, subscribe, make sure you share this information with everybody you know. HBAR, Ripple, ADA, Cardano, those are some of the coins that I'm focused on right now. XLM, right? So, and we're going to talk about that more. But for right now, I want you guys to understand the future of tokenization. And it's just not just real estate, but since, like, again, like I said, I'm in the real estate industry, it just behooves me to make sure I understand what's going to happen next. What's the next wave? And this is not even including what AI is going to do within the blockchain technology and real estate. So guys, I don't know what time you're checking this out. I know right now it's 10:46 p.m. Eastern time where I am right now. You know, I'm always doing these videos late. You can tell I'm tired, but I'm going to make sure I stay consistent. I keep putting this information out. So whatever time you're watching this video, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.